Out at the Paris Polo Grounds, the Dior show was only minutes away. The moment of truth had come for Eric and the feather dress. The Dior show, inspired by Japanese culture, was beyond, just beyond, especially because there were so many aspects of the culture that Dior riffed on. And the work was just extraordinary, just extraordinary. It was like watching a dream. It was incredible to go out to the Polo Grounds where the Dior show was held and see that same dress worn by Irina coming at us down the runway, and we'd just seen it being put together. And you wore it.
Yes, it was fantastic. It was absolutely
How
beautiful.
did it feel?
It felt like $1 million, which is about what it's worth, I think.
I'm blown away. I was at Le Maurier this morning and saw the feathered dress being worked on, like with the tweezers, each little piece being.
Well, I think, you know, it's a great work of teamwork. Well, we have to pass this kind of craftsmanship and workmanship on to the generations after.
That's gorgeous.
We decided to do a story actually inspired by Les Garçons, a group of women in Paris in the 20s who dressed as boys.
It was kind of the duality of feminine and masculine. One is obviously in feminine clothes and one in masculine clothes.
Knowing that the clothes were like black and white and grays and pinstripes, and that there would be suits and that it would be very masculine, we wanted to put it in an environment that seemed wrong. Abel was the one who actually came up with the idea, was saying that, you know, we should try to shoot it in a biodome scenario.
The biodome and a couple other garden places we talked to said that you could not leave the path. And that was something that we really knew that we would end up wanting to go inside the garden, so it wasn't really going to work for us.
Everywhere else we called wouldn't let us go off the path, and they were very clear on that, and they weren't clear on it here, so we don't know it. They don't tell us because we called everywhere else.
Can you really step more in? My work is to shoot the craziest pictures. I really want the girl to get into it, and like, if she can eat the plants and the flowers and destroy it, that would be perfect for me.
The controversy arose when we had one of the models actually step off that path, and she stepped over some water, and
What are you people doing? Come on, out of there.
this gardener just flipped out, I think, because his petunia, his one of the poinsettias were almost being stepped on.
This isn't a set, okay? It's a greenhouse. Stay on the pathways.
Well,
Hey, on the pathways. No, it isn't on your contract.
This gardener who all day long gets to boss old ladies around. He got a bit bent out of shape.
I'm telling you, out of there or you cannot leave.
He said this isn't a film set, and she was saying, well, today it is, when we paid for it, and blah, blah, blah.
If our big boss of City Hall knew this was happening, he wouldn't have approved it.
Well, but we signed a contract with somebody. Who was that we signed
Maria.
a contract with? Who's Maria? Do you know who Maria is?
She's no longer with us.
Well, she was 2 days ago when we got the permit.
Okay, well that's a different Maria.
Well, we have a
But
permit.
she wouldn't have agreed to use going through the beds, and it's all.
We're not going through the beds. We're being very careful.
You can talk to my boss.
He went and got his boss, and there was all this drama.
Yeah, if you can just stay off the cultivated areas,
Yeah.
that would really
That's what we'll do. So we had to try to keep it low-key after that, but I knew that the stroke of them closing, we had to be out or we would be thrown out. So we had to really rush to finish.
Look here, Renee.
You know, we don't want someone to look and say this is shot in a glass house, obviously. So a lot of work was put into making sure that by the time you as a reader get to see it, it feels and looks like it was shot in a natural environment, which I think it does.
very sharp, very beautiful, really good.
It's beautiful. See you guys, thank you.
My story on couture wouldn't be complete without taking in the Chanel show. Many celebrities get invited to Carl's biggest show, so this would be my chance to get some quotes, or so I thought. And not to mention, it's always difficult juggling two diverse careers, the calm of FQ magazine and the mayhem of my TV show. You would think that the dues-paying days would be over for me. Of 21 years, I've been covering the scene. Backstage at the Chanel show, there was Shalom, you know, beautiful girl, and she doesn't do that much modeling now, so it's always a great joy to see her. But there I was standing in front of her and her makeup artist for what seemed to be a good 20 minutes, like waiting. Finally, I got the nerve to go over and said, Jill, can we just, you know, talk to you for like a minute? She goes, oh, well, I really need my coffee. I've got to have my coffee. I can't speak without my coffee. I went, okay, well, I'll go get you a coffee. And she goes, oh, no, I have to go get it myself, and I can't, you know. And I thought, oh, you know, come on, can't you just give us like a few seconds of your time? What did you think of that, Shalom, telling me I need a coffee before she could talk to me?
Well, Judy, I think I got a glimpse into how hard your job really is, because you stood there for what? It seemed like 20 minutes, waiting patiently, trying to get a glimpse of her.
And the grubbling.
That's right.
The grubbling.
Which never really ends, right? I mean, you're only as good as your last interview.
Yes,
Too much. It's getting too much.
Oh,
You know? It really is. I'm not enjoying myself.
Oh, that's bad. Okay.
It's getting too much.
I get it. Believe me. It's too much for me, too. Obviously, it's bad timing. I won't take it personally.
Yeah.
I just got sort of dissed by Marianne Faithfull. And she's not naive. You know, she's been to a zillion fashion shows. You know, and all of a sudden it's like, it's getting too much. Oh, I don't care. I don't know why I hang in there for the abuse. Horrible. Okay, let's see if we can get Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, she was just inside.
I know a lot of people who work in fashion and in costumes, and I know the work that goes into these clothes, and it's a great honor to wear a dress that's taken so many weeks to make, and it does make you feel different than a prêt-à-porter.
Well, it's a privilege talking with you. Thank you. Great to see you here. I guess it's just that love of the game. Yeah, and it is a game. Survival of the fittest, you know? And I'm still standing, damn it.
Have our stories.